Hi there, Peter from Restoration Design here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install part 346, the frame stiffener, onto your 914. First of all, I've prepped the car by grinding away where I'm going to weld. I've also taken off the jack plate because it usually is rotting inside there. I'll replace that and prime it with some weld-through primer. I've prepped the jacking plate by punching holes in it. And I'll use some self-tapping screws to secure it to the car. Next, I'm gonna weld this piece on, throw my safety equipment on. I want to take my time going around the perimeter just so it doesn't heat up in one spot too much. Just taking out the screws now so I can fill up those holes with weld also. All right, now that that's all welded in, I can grind and smooth my welds off a bit. Okay, now that that is all cleaned up, I can pre-fit my overlay. Now remember, this overlay is for frame stiffening. We're not going to lay it over any rusty metal. So if your inner rocker is rusted out, you need to replace that also. So I've also punched holes in the perimeter so I can replicate the factory spot welds on this piece as well. It's also good to know if you don't have your car fully stripped and there's glass still in it, make sure that sparks are not flying. They'll embed it into the glass, they'll melt it. Also, you should remove the ground strap when you're welding on your car, or that could fry some electronics as well. Just clamping the edges of the part to the car so we can get a better weld. To make sure that the piece is tight, I recommend putting self-tapping screws every other hole just so it's tight. And then also where spots you can't get in, use the clamps. Going back and forth just so the piece doesn't heat up too much. That's about it. Got all my holes welded. Now I'm just gonna wire wheel it up and grind down some of the welds. Once you're happy with all the welds and you've ground them all down smooth, then make sure to put seam sealer along all the edges to prevent any rusting further on down the road. Lastly, I'm going to weld the perimeter of the jack tube. And that concludes the installation of the frame stiffener.